start from wherever you are right now by practicing this, and it's going to be mind-blowing. It might take you time, it might take a lot of discipline, it might take a lot of sacrifice from you, but it's very simple. Like I said, it's one of the first financial lessons I learned. And guess what? Right now, as I speak to you, a lot has changed about my story. Spending less than you earn. It's that simple. A lot of people say, like, oh, this is what you just mean. You should have just said it. Yes, it's very, very, very complicated when it comes to actually discipline yourself to do it. A lot of people, I would say more than 90 to 95% of people actually never ever spend less than they earn. And let me tell you, and that's why a lot of people are just actually kind of either in a working class, being a middle class, or below that. For anyone who you see that is above middle class, like kind of rich or extremely rich, so one of the first lessons they've learned and how to do it. For a lot of people below, actually always spend more than they earn, and that's why you find people trying to borrow money, trying to get into bad debts, trying to struggle through their situations, trying to struggle through salary rat race, which they never get enough of. This few minutes with you, but I promise you, it's going to change your life. For the fact that a lot of people want to be wealthy, but there are simple things they are ignoring. You are possibly doing that, but you want to be successful. Now, let me tell you, one of the first financial lessons I learned is very simple. Although it is difficult for a lot of people to be able to practice, but if you can learn to start practicing it from today, especially after listening to me, I can guarantee you that you are just a success away. Just few months, few years, success away. And it's very simple. Start from wherever you are right now by practicing this, and it's going to be mind-blowing. It might take you time, it might take a lot of discipline, it might take a lot of sacrifice from you, but it's very simple. Like I said, it's one of the first financial lessons I learned. And guess what? Right now, as I speak to you, a lot has changed about my story. Now, what is that, ladies and gentlemen? Before we dive in deeply, my name is Kabir A. Abdulkadir. In case you are watching me for the first time, I am that world's most influential entrepreneur and business coach from Africa, precisely Nigeria. Now, let's do this properly. You see, it's simple, and this is how it goes. It's just simply spending less than you earn. It's that simple. A lot of people will say, like, oh, this is what you just mean. You should have just said it. Yes, it's very, very, very complicated when it comes to actually discipline yourself to do it, right? A lot of people, I would say more than 90 to 95% of people actually never ever spend less than they earn. And let me tell you, and that's why a lot of people are just actually kind of either in a working class, being a middle class, or below that, right? For anyone who you see that is above middle class, like kind of rich or extremely rich, so one of the first lessons they've learned and how to do it is to spend is to spend less than they earn. So, but for a lot of people below, actually always spend more than they earn. And that's why you find people trying to borrow money, trying to get into bad debts, trying to struggle through their situations, trying to struggle through salary rat race, which they never get enough of. So this is the game. You must always discipline yourself to spend less than you earn. And these are some of the ways to do it. Number one, you must stop doing things to impress people. I don't know if I've said this right. You must stop buying things because your neighbor has bought, living like the Johnsons, trying to impress people, trying to buy things because you want to belong, right? For people who don't even care about who don't even know about you, who possibly might not even notice you. But guess what you are doing? You are struggling so much to impress them, right? And for me, if you can discipline yourself well enough, even when people laugh you, and this is another second point, you have to learn to ignore the noise. Yes, a lot of people care about status, how you look, how you dress, the kind of events, what kind of birthday you are holding, and who attends, what they eat there, and all of this, right? Even when you are trying to come up, there are so many things that you have to ignore. You shouldn't be seen there. And guess what? Do you know that people that do not have much actually tends to spend more than people that actually have much? Have you noticed people like Dangote of Nigeria, that's the richest man in Africa? Have you noticed how he spent his birthday? Have you ever seen it? So that will tell you a lot about how birthdays are supposed to look. Very simple. If I all he ever does celebrate, it's gonna be something very very simple that you never imagine. But people like me and you, or even possibly people below your level right now that doesn't have much, they will not mind to go and borrow money to come and celebrate birthdays. And why are they doing that? They just want to impress others, right? Even sometimes birthday of their kids, they tend to spend a lot of money that they borrowed, money that they do not have. So what I'm saying in essence, thank you so much, Black Hat Gaming. Thank you for watching us live. Thank you also, Noob Salim. Thank you. I appreciate you guys for watching me live. Okay, you are from India. Thank you so much. I appreciate. I hope you enjoy my videos. So today we are discussing the topic of how do you try to live below your means. I was reading through this book written by George S. Clason. That's The Richest Man in Babylon. And then there was a time in the story where he actually gathered a lot of people that are interested in learning how to become wealthy like him, right? So they asked him questions, and one of the first thing he told them is they have to start by saving at least 1% of whatever they are earning, right? 1% in every 10, which means that you save at least 10% of every 100. 10% of your income must be saved. And when you save it, what do you do with it? You either invest it in learning to improve on yourself, personal development, or you save it to be able to what? Invest in things like real estate if the money is much, depending on what you are earning. But one thing that is obvious I also learned from the book is, now when a lot of people were gathered and he asked them, why are you not saving? And all of them happens to say that they don't have enough. That's why they are not saving, right? They don't have enough. Probably you are watching me right now, and that's what you are thinking, that you don't have enough, and that's why you are not saving, right? Okay, let me ask you a question. Perhaps you know the amount you are earning, but I know there are people that are earning, above what you earn. It doesn't matter. I don't know your currency. If you are watching me right now, perhaps let's say you are earning $5,000. Maybe you are earning 5,000 Ghana cedis, or I would say you are earning 150,000 Nigerian naira, whatever it is. But what I want to assure you is, if you are earning $5,000, there's somebody else who is earning more than you, say $6,000, $7,000, $10,000. Somebody is even earning below that, $2,000, $1,000. But what matters is, what I'm trying to draw your attention to is that all of these people, if you ask them why are they not saving, they're going to tell you that the money is not enough. So now, what does this tell you? That is the fact that it is not about the money, it is about who is involved, and are you actually developing the mindset of savings? Because for a lot of people don't even believe that saving little by little could make them wealthy, could lead them to wealthy places. This is a topic for another day. By the way, I just want you to understand that if you want to go higher, you must learn to, at all levels, spend less than you earn. So if you find out that whatever you are earning, you spend more than that, probably you spend exactly like that, or you end up spending more than that and waiting patiently, especially if you are earning salary, then there's a problem with you. You probably will stay there working that job for the rest of your life, and that's how poverty is being created, right? So by the time you discipline yourself to at least spend less than you earn, so the rest of the money is actually what you save for yourself, and that money you save for yourself is actually what will save you in the future, right? It's that simple. That's the seed that you must sow. So thank you so much, Michael, for joining our live session. I love your comments. Thank you so much for showing the emoji, the fire, and all of that. Thank you for watching. We're going to do this some other time again, and then until tomorrow, bye bye for now.